and it'll be on my channel. This part will be on my portion will be on my channel, and the
All
well,
right.
hello,
I
ladies and gentlemen.
welcome to the Mehcast, and oh, what a motley crew we are. I'm just waiting. There we are. There we go. Now the picture-in-picture is working. You can go
So,
ahead and pull
so
up the
I do,
video.
so I do apologize
We
for
are
last
we?
time we
What?
did this because
Where's the audio? The audio is muted. Why is the audio muted?
what do you mean?
Like, okay. I clicked on the window. VBA. Hey, audio.
Hmm.
There we go.
So I'm gonna probably be spending quite a bit of my time to finding the other upgrade that I haven't gotten to yet. It's so this will be interesting. We don't need like a 3, 2, 1 thing.
Hang on.
So when we last left off, our friendly neighborhood bounty hunter was flexing on the space pirates.
As she is wont to do.
I mean, would you flex? I mean, would you flex on them?
It seems like it's fairly easy to.
But would you want to if given the
Ow, ow,
chance?
ow, 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 ow. Damn it. And I'm dead.
Died already?
Yeah, well, I saved with like 2 bars of health left, so, you know.
Makes sense. I'm just kind of looking in areas where I may have not been. Wait. So, what would you say you'd be looking for in a Metroid game?
Somewhere I can refill my health.
Well, that's actually in Chozodia. And there's also Chozo statues that can refill all your health and your weapons. Because in
Who is
because
skidding their tires outside my house? I just heard
yeah,
a squeal of tires. Come on, guys.
well, anyway,
It's
a
7
so
o'clock.
so the Super Mario Brothers movie came out this weekend.
Yes, it did.
Well, last weekend anyway.
Oh, yeah, this past weekend.
Now, the burning question would be, did we like it? The answer is
Yes, but 0 out of 10.
by the low rating.
There's a rather massive critical lore fuck up regarding Donkey Kong.
But
Donkey Kong. They said that Donkey Kong is Cranky Kong's son, and he's
and in
actually Cranky Kong's grandson.
actually that's only in the current iteration of Donkey Kong. On
Yeah, and this
the
is
older the older iteration, it's his son.
I think he called him Grandpa in Donkey Kong Country.
No.
Well, regardless, that
And the thing
regardless,
is,
the current Donkey Kong is supposed to be the son of Donkey Kong Jr.
it
So,
must be going with like an older or bit of lore.
which is weird
Or
because they have a lot of really recent stuff in the film.
maybe it's a mixture. Either
There we
way,
go.
lore.
Weapons and energy fully restored. Now I can go back down to Brinstar. Or Kraid. Yeah, I can go back down to Kraid.
Well, just remember that,
Falling damage? What's that? I'm Samus Aran, bitch.
yeah, Samus, yeah, as you've noticed, Samus doesn't take fall damage.
Alright. Haha, can't catch me.
Hold on a sec, let me just... You know, it's interesting how the Wii U emulator ends up being able to capture the,
Okay.
the
Can't
Game
go down
Boy,
there.
the Game Boy Advance stuff pretty easily.
Yeah, it also
So,
seems like it does the DS fairly well. Well, did you know that it can run most DS games?
yes.
Yeah. Samus. I just need you to... There we go.
Ah, there we go. Another missile tank. Or super missile tank, I should say. So, was there anything else to say about the Mario Brothers movie?
It's surprisingly quite good. Chris Pratt does a really good job as Mario. Oh, and the stuff where they have, and Charlie Day is actually really good as Luigi, funnily enough. I think, like, everybody is better than they appeared to be in that one trailer. And I don't know if they went back and re-recorded a bunch of stuff, or what, but, like, even Jack Black is better than... Like, Jack Black was good in the trailer, and he's still, like, better than he was in the trailer.
Somehow.
Yeah. I think it might have something to do with, like, them using a bunch of, like, early takes in the trailer rather than, you know, more sensible, like, later production ones. Otherwise, like, there was some really weird stuff where people were, like, talking about... God damn it. People were talking about, like, in full disclosure, I haven't actually finished the film because, you know, things, things basically conspired against my being able to finish the film before we came to showtime tonight. But
it happens.
yeah. But ultimately, like there was this whole stupid kerfluffle about like supposedly people were like talking about on how like, oh, this movie was really about Peach or something like that, which isn't true. Like she's like, she's basically portrayed kind of how she is in Super Princess Peach, like
Yeah,
or Mario RPG, where she's like a capable character, but not like domineering, like
yeah,
you'd
not
expect
yeah, and
in
minus
modern
the
Hollywood.
whole and minus the whole weird thing where
With the weird thing with the emotions powering her
the vibe,
attacks, yeah,
yeah,
that
the
was
vibe, yeah, scepter.
yeah, that was a little bit strange. But yeah, Seth Rogen could have been really good as Donkey Kong. As it is, he's okay. Um,
He's easily the weakest part of that movie.
like the weird thing is we can hear like a brief sample of what could have been a really good Donkey Kong voice when he starts getting really aggressive during the Donkey Kong fight with Mario in the film, which actually winds up going really well. Like it's really well choreographed, and like Mario basically goes through hell fighting Donkey Kong, and they have a bunch of really nice references as to the old Donkey Kong music from the arcades and Donkey Kong Country, etc. And they have they have the DK rap in there.
Yeah, he enters with the DK rap.
Yeah, that's his.
My Wii U's flickering on and off in the.
But yeah, that's Donkey Kong's entrance music, so to speak. Like he's a WWE superstar, or oh, I wanted to cringe just saying that. But yeah, like literally, yeah, that is his. He walks out like he's a wrestler, and Cranky Kong tells him to stop showboating and get on with it, and which is kind of funny. And then like he and Cranky have a really good dynamic. I think the only problem is that you know, like I said, that if you're a hardcore fan of the Donkey Kong lore, and yes, Donkey Kong does have lore, or Donkey Kong is supposed to be the original Donkey Kong from Donkey Kong is supposed to be Cranky Kong. And
yes,
granted, like Mario and Cranky Kong don't have any history together, so, well, you know, things are gonna be different, you know. But, you know, there's, it's just a thing, you know? Well, like, you could have changed one word, and it would have, you know, it wouldn't have mattered at all to the movie, but it matters to the fans, you know, and they did a lot of really interesting work. One problem the film does have is that there's too much licensed music. Somebody needs to restrict Universal's access to the licensed music, because rather than using like the Donkey Kong Country theme song or the Diddy Kong Racing theme, for instance, during the
yeah, I agree with the whole license track thing. That was a bit
during
like,
the
like
during
we
the
like
Donkey
a lot
Kong,
of the
like
my mom and I liked a lot of the music in the film, but yeah, that was a bit weird. It was weird hearing the Kill Bill theme in Mario.
Oh yeah, so yeah, and the fun fact, the Kill Bill theme isn't even from Kill Bill. It's a cover of it's an instrumental cover of like a Latin pop song, I think. Or no, it might be a piece of Latin classical music. One way or the other. Or it's like, and it was also sampled in the Black Eyed Peas song Pump It, which is a great way to make your film lose all identity. Yeah, Take on Me by Aha is used during the section that could have used music from Diddy Kong Racing, because they all hop aboard one of the Kong's carts. And,
I thought it was I thought it was neat to have the Kongs have all these carts.
I like that part. I wish they would have used, like the Donkey Kong Country theme. Actually, you know what? Donkey Kong Country or the Diddy Kong Racing theme would have been perfect. I wish they would have used one of those, but they didn't, and so, you know, we got what we got, and what we got was alright. Right, there is one particularly good use of licensed music, I think, where like Mario and Luigi are running to try and, because their van breaks down, and they're running to try and get to their to the plumbing job. And there's a really cool reference to the fact that the Mario Brothers used to be part of the Wrecking Crew, because Mario,
yeah, Spike is actually in the movie.
Yeah, Nintendo actually used a bunch of used to use a bunch of the same kind of graphics, which is why Mario appears in both Donkey Kong and Mario Brothers and Super Mario Brothers. It was just because, you know, it was easy to use the same kind of graphics back in the day.
Yeah.
And so, the Wrecking Crew appears as the guys as who Mario and Luigi used to work for. Charles Martinet plays several roles in the film,
including Mario and Luigi's dad.
He plays Mario and Luigi's dad. He plays their uncle Giuseppe, who sounds exactly like the original Mario.
And let's also not forget the that one Italian arcade guy. That one Italian guy who was like, "Oh, you got, you
guys sound great." I think that was supposed to be Uncle Giuseppe, but I can't remember, I can't remember which character that character was supposed to be, but yeah, they have this really funny skit at the start of the film, where
we're the Mario Brothers.
Yeah, they reference the old Super Mario Brothers Super Show theme as part of their plumbing commercial, which is great. And then,
they spent their entire life savings on that.
Yeah, and they have them speaking in the Mario Brothers accents, and then they have them speaking in more like a Mario Brothers Super Show style throughout the rest of the film. So Chris Pratt sounds kind of like Captain Lou Albano, which is great for me because I love the Super Mario Brothers Super Show.
I'll take a milk in a dirty glass.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I remember from that show. Oh, because I heard it in a playthrough of Sonic 06 once.
Do you not remember? If you take drugs, you go to hell before you die.
I never watched the show.
Oh, you don't have to watch the show. Oh, that was a meme.
Of course it was. Why am I not surprised? Hey.
I'm gonna look up a walkthrough right now because I've been meandering about in Krewe for a while.
Yeah.
For a while.
Yeah, the thing with Krewe is like the weird thing is that even though I have this app image that shows me all the power-ups and whatnot, it doesn't actually accurately show me everything.
Walkthrough part 1. You know what would be great is if you'd actually tell me, okay, Brinstar, Criteria, shows the ruins. I've got that. Norfair, got the Ice Beam, Brinstar, already got that. Crate Unknown Item 2, Speed Booster.
Basically, so you went and got an item that doesn't register with your current suit, correct?
Let's see here. I have one unknown item here.
That's
so I have a long beam, charge beam, and ice beam.
When you get to where I'm at the unknown item will turn into the plasma beam.
Unknown. What is unknown item 2?
Space jump.
Ah. Okay, IGN, you know what would be great is if you had a fucking map here. What happened to maps?
Or
Can
map.
we all just stop having maps in this stuff or something? I don't know. Sorry, where's my ship? The Wingless Dragon. I believe that's supposed to be Krewe.
Ah, there's one.
All I want is a guide map.
All I want for Christmas is a shiny thing.
All I want for Christmas is you. Oh, baby.
Let's see.
I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need. I don't care about those presents underneath the Christmas tree. I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know. Make my wish come true. One of the problems is that a lot of these walkthroughs just don't have any like you should be here stuff.
Yeah.
GameSpot's walkthroughs any. Okay, GameSpot's walkthrough at least has images. Metroid Recon on. Okay, Metroid Recon, you guys can go fuck yourself because your images don't actually tell you where you need to be.
You know, funnily enough, Alex, the reason I was able to steamroll through Crate Aid so easily, it was due to the fact that that I was able to acquire the various suit early on, which is something you're not supposed to do at the start, and that's
Turn to the vertical shaft. From the exit point of the hidden room you were just in, jump up to the right onto a large palm jumping to open up a route. Oh, Gizmo's here.
Oh,
Gizmo is apparently arriving. And let me go ahead and get his stream set up here on the picture-in-picture.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if Gizmo was going to be here. I will have to apologize for, you know. So, okay, so aside from, well, what you were saying earlier about this particular game, what would you want in a future Metroid game if they were to continue the series?
Castlevania Symphony of the Night crossover.
Samus
would...
Like,
I want Samus and Alucard to team up and to fight, like, vampire Metroids and stuff like that. And
Samus would just be like, yet another day in the office.
Yeah.
Hey, Gizmo.
That would be Alucard's attitude as well. Now, I wonder, like, what would their children look like? They would be very blonde, I assume.
They would be very blonde and part Metroid. Hey, Gizmo.
Does this work?
I apologize. We weren't sure if you were going to join.
So they'd be half human, 1/4 Metroid, 1/4 vampire.
And also, have a shitload of bird DNA in there because of the Chozo.
Gizmo, Yo, what's up, man?
Go. Oh, there we go. Can y'all hear me fine?
Yeah, I
with...
can hear you.
Okay, good, because this is a new microphone.
Oh
like
my.
Cool. Have you guys seen the Super Mario Brothers movie?
Yes, I don't care what
Not to be
anyone says. It's a good movie.
I
Yeah,
have
not
not,
to be
yet.
Not to be confused with Super Mario Brothers the movie.
Starring Bob Hoskins and that tool, John Leguizamo.
Well, now
I
he's a
used to
tool.
really
anyway.
like John Leguizamo. John Leguizamo was in a bunch of really good stuff that wasn't the Mario Brothers movie, and then he wants to try, because the Mario Brothers movie he has Super Mario Brothers the movie, rather, or because the Super Mario Brothers movie is a different thing. Because Super
I'll be
Mario
back
Brothers the
in the
movie
Dude.
has gotten a cultural reevaluation in the time since it was released. John Leguizamo has apparently decided that he needs to try and reclaim him being Luigi, even though he and Bob Hoskins were literally trying their best to drink those roles out of their memories while they were filming. So, just chugging away on beer and playing, literally, this is a story that came from set of the two of them, and that whenever they weren't filming, they were basically, like sipping on beers and playing Super Mario Land together.
I believe that.
So anyways, yeah. I was really glad that they stuck with the origin from the Super Mario Brothers Super Show, where they fell through a pipe and got sucked into the Mushroom Kingdom.
Wasn't that always the case?
Okay, so Yoshi's Island kind of retconned it so that they were born in the Mushroom Kingdom, but like every other piece of media that we've seen in
I'll be back.
the Mario Brothers stuff has been in like yeah, they're from Brooklyn, and that's where their accent's from. I'm like, granted, like
Okay, I'm back.
the accent's a little bit weird in some places, but they were generally
Gizmo,
supposed to have
when
been
you-
from Brooklyn at one
Gizmo,
point.
when you get on here, when you get your stream up, just send us a link so we can.
I did.
All right.
From the announcements.
Give me 1 second.
Return to the bottom tunnel and descend the crate using the elevator. Okay, it says room on the left. Walk along the wall on the left side. There is no hidden tunnel in this room, guys. You talking about the one? Are you talking about the one up top? Yeah. Excuse me, but that doesn't lead from an elevator. That leads... This is from Brinstar. So, yeah, so this is the elevator from Brinstar. Hidden tunnel, high jump boots, and morph ball form. Bomb jump while pressing the directional pad against the left. Walk. Okay, so I bombed it, but there's nothing there. Okay.
But would you say you are pressing the button and nothing is occurring?
Oh, no, something's occurring. It's just not what the walkthrough who is telling me should be occurring. But yeah, the funny thing is, the Super Mario Brothers the movie, I'm sorry, I have to keep correcting myself, because the Super Mario Brothers movie has a really stupid title. Well, they couldn't have just called it Super Mario Brothers, no, like Sonic the Hedgehog, when he got his movie. Although Sonic the Hedgehog, because if they'd called it the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, they would have also had an opportunity to call it Sonic the Hedgehog the movie, which was a different thing, which also wasn't a movie. Anyways, I digress. So, yeah, so the Super Mario Brothers the movie,
Electric
Could've-
Boogaloo.
Yeah, it could have been a really interesting thing and well done film, but it got kind of fucked up in the editing process. And if anybody is interested in seeing what the film might have kind of been supposed to look like, go buy the Blu-ray from Umbrella Video in Australia. Umbrella Video also has a version of The Punisher on Blu-ray, like the Dolph Lundgren film. The Punisher on Blu-ray with the alternate cuts of that film, and they also have the best version of Cowboy Bebop the movie that you can get. They're all region unlocked because apparently the Umbrella Video doesn't give a shit, and that's not really a problem for me anyways because I have a Blu-ray drive that's region free and I can just play stuff. Anyways, so. The thing about the original Super Mario Brothers movie is that it got messed up. It got messed up before it even started being made. And like the movie that Leguizamo, Hoskins, etc. signed on for was not the movie that we saw in theaters, and the movie we saw in theaters isn't the one the directors wanted to make anyways. That was kind of a studio issue. And the studio really seriously screwed that film. But the thing is, it was never going to be all that great to begin with, especially as a Mario movie, because they messed it up. They took a video game that had nothing to do with a lot of the stuff that they put into it and added a bunch of irrelevant nonsense. And for as much as people can try and capitalize on I was in this cult classic film now, sometimes the movie sometimes it's just a bad movie, and sometimes you just have to accept that. And I don't. John Leguizamo isn't Italian, right?
Nope.
No.
He's Filipino, I think.
Okay, yeah. So
Or Hispanic.
he's Colombian.
Oh, okay, there you go.
And while he's a really good comedian and a really, he's generally a good actor. I like him. I mean, most of the stuff he's in, and
You just don't like him as Luigi.
it's not that I don't like him as Luigi. He did a perfectly fine job given the
He did
material
what
he
was
had.
given.
But like at some point, I mean, you have to admit, like John Wayne, and when he played Genghis Khan in The Conqueror, or he would be the first person to admit that he was not the right man for that role. Well, like it was racially incorrect. He wasn't really able to deliver the dialogue the way it was necessary to portray the character, and the movie was a mess. The movie, it was trying to be ironically, it was kind of trying to be like the Ten Commandments for Asia, but it failed. And as we saw, the Ten Commandments was already kind of a mess as it was.
Oh, yeah?
Like they were trying, yeah. Like people will say, oh, the Conqueror is okay, Oh, like it's not as bad as people portrayed it when it came out, and while it might not be, all of the problems with it still persist. Like, the bad casting, and the fact that we had a British man and a Colombian man playing two two Italian Americans from Brooklyn, and it's like you can say, oh, you know, oh, there's
Was
you
Bob
could have had
Hoskins Italian?
Bob Hoskins was British.
So that's what I'm saying though. So
Yeah. Yeah, so
he was wrong
like
as
I
you
said, you had a pair of Italian brothers being played by a British guy and a Colombian guy, which is both about as far from Italy or Italian American as you can get. And like they weren't really trying to disguise the fact that these two were definitely not related, you know? Well, like they made a bunch of excuses for it, but at the end of the day, there are certain things you can't cover up.
Right.
And you can't cover up the fact that a Hispanic guy and a British guy aren't related.
Oh, and let's also not forget one simple thing. And the fact that there was once a time where John Leguizamo in a movie ended up doing a bunch of stereotypes at once.
Oh god, yeah.
And
Well,
Nostalgia Critic even flat out said that the color white is more black than he was.
That's hilarious.
You know what? I vaguely
You
remember
have
the
to
review.
you have to really mess up in order to be considered whiter than the color white.
I vaguely remember the review you're talking about, and yeah, you're
Oh my!
Doug is 100% spot on with that.
Yeah, when he's right, he's right.
Yeah, that's a general rule of thumb.
Like, that's like you. Okay, hey, that can. He was trying to argue, and it was like, okay, hey, we could have like diversity, but diversity is irrelevant in an animated film. Like this film, they could be orange and green space people from Mars. You know, we could literally have John Jones, the green Martian Manhunter, or doing. You know, he could put on Captain Lou Albano's voice, and it would be, you know, all the same to everybody, and it's everybody who's watching the final product. Like, what Phil Lamar played, Samurai Jack. Samurai Jack does not look like Phil Lamar.
And he's too young to have Phil Lamar's deep voice.
Yeah. Cross. Floating enemies, zipline, or rope platforms blocking the zipline.
Yeah.
In the room to the right of the save game room, bomb the crumbling block on the floor and drop down, run up the ramp. Okay.
So what's this about Warner Brothers being dicks?
Oh yeah, I'll get to that. That's so yeah, so when like some people can I'm perfectly fine with John Leguizamo owning the fact that he was in the Super Mario Brothers the movie.
Yeah, I talked with somebody on Twitter, or like, why did he have to be somewhat, you know, disingenuous about how he felt?
I was gonna say, hey, such a fucking prick about it.
Yeah, because it's like you can't honestly tell me that the guy who got drunk on set and trying to forget that he was Luigi suddenly is proud of this. That's a load of bullshit.
Speaking of speaking of people that are in movies, how about we talk about the guys who are watching the movies pretending that that was a good movie?
Oh,
Like-
Super Mario Brothers the movie?
Yeah.
I mean, I won't say that like it's not. As a concept, it's not bad, and I like
Right.
the idea of Bowser like taking control of the Mushroom Kingdom by being this this corrupt politician, but they didn't put in any effort to make it work, you know? Oh, like they just have Dennis Hopper as a guy with hair
Spiky hair.
spiked up, you know? Like the spiked hair is the most effort you can say they went to, and it's quite unfortunate because you could do what they did and make it work if you put in a shitload of effort, but they put in they put the effort into the wrong place in that particular movie. And like there is a load of like propaganda pamphlets and things, like all kinds of little things that go into the movie. Like they spent the money in literally all the wrong places they possibly could.
I don't think it helps that a literal married couple were in charge of the movie.
Yeah, like when you have this is one of those psychological things. Like when you have like a couple of brothers working on something, I think the two of them tend to have enough like rivalry between the two of them and to be able to like keep each other in check, kind of like the Russos do. Like the Russos make really good movies because they tend to have kind of an I'm not going to say 100% that they have an adversarial relationship with each other, but that they don't go off on some whack ass tangent like this fucking movie did. And like Super Mario Brothers the movie went off on a bunch of whack ass tangents, and that I really presume can only be achieved when you are working with somebody who you don't want to contradict. It's clear that neither of them were being a sobering influence on each other, or in terms of the production of that film, if you know what I mean.
Right.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like they were kind of gassing each other up, of like they were far too in love with their own ideas. Isn't that something as a creator you can never be too in love with your own ideas, because sometimes you will have a bad idea. Like Zack Snyder had that idea of like Batman and Lois Lane and getting together after Superman died.
What the fuck?
He scrapped that idea before Justice League ever went into production, and people still give him shit over it. And all I want to say is,
yeah,
like,
he was like,
motherfucker,
yeah, he was,
go talk to George Lucas about some of the ideas he's scrapped over the years. Because you do
yeah,
not, even some of the ones that made it to film. Go watch the assembly cut of Star Wars before he went back and did all the re-edits and reshoots with his wife. That's a case of like his wife, him and his wife were like screening the film together, and she said, and that's not very good, that could be better. And he was like, you know what, you're right. And they went back and did like, I think it was like 6 months to a year's worth of post-production. And on the film, they did a bunch of additional photography, cut a bunch of stuff out, re-edited it, and they came out with a masterpiece. And Super Mario Brothers the movie is a clear example of a film that nobody said no to. Like,
nobody
I would
cared.
nobody
That was the
nobody
thing.
cared enough to say no, because like the Goombas. Who's gonna, like, the Goombas look awful in that film. Like, I will defend certain things that movie did. Okay, break the section of the platforms using a propulsion device hidden under each floor section used to destroy the upper blocks. Like, switch. Okay, so that is in... Excuse me. That'll be over to the left, I think. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to play the game and talk at the same time, and I'm failing.
That's alright.
I'm failing to do both, but the thing is that nobody said... There are a bunch of really bad ideas in that film that nobody said no to. And there are a bunch of good ideas that nobody expanded upon. On the fact that nobody said no to Bowser being a just some guy in a business suit, like that's a mistake. The fact that nobody said no to the idea of like the Goombas looking like they did, and like the Goombas are cute little mushroom guys.
Goombas, Koopas.
That's not
Goombas. Whatever those guys are.
Like,
that was...
when did the Ninja Turtles movie come out?
The 90s, early 90s, I think.
It was 1990 something, right?
You're right.
Yeah. So
sorry to interrupt.
Hello.
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 Okay, so
Should we
Super
talk about
Mario
the
Brothers
movie?
the movie
Yeah.
came out in 1993. That was like that was about 3 years after Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Let's see here. 1990, yeah. So that was 3 years after. Or so if they could have made the Goombas, sorry, they could have made the Koopas be guys in suits, kind of like the Ninja Turtles costume. They didn't. So, you know, that's but they spent a bunch of money on a bunch of other stuff that didn't make it into the film in any appreciable manner. So, you know, that's great, guys. It's like they spent money on these on all of this like in-universe literature that's fully printed, and I will say, like, guys, as I've worked on movie sets, you don't do that. You don't actually make a full book, and I'm gonna say this to the guys who did Ant-Man and the Wasp, you don't need to write an entire book, you know? Like,
No,
there's
you
no reason
That's pointless.
there is absolutely no reason for you guys to need to have written
All
that
right, I think
book that you did.
All right, I think I
But
got all the power-ups.
They did. They wrote a bunch of in-universe literature, all right, that, Sorry. They wrote a bunch of in-universe literature that nobody has ever seen until a bunch of props went up for sale.
Which is dumb.
And, yeah, that's really dumb.
Sounds dumb.
I think I'm in the right place again. I don't have any clue if I'm actually in the right place.
I do apologize, Alex, if
That's alright.
if any time I end up picking a game, it's one that just... I don't want to... I feel lonely when I'm practically flexing.
See, next time we do something like this,
I can
we're gonna
see on
play
the
Metal
Euro
Gear Solid.
game.
Yes.
Alternatively, we could... I could have sworn we were going to do, what was
Wait,
it?
which one though?
Ocarina of Time. Yes, but here's the thing.
I have nobody.
Have you ever played Metal Gear Solid?
Which one?
Not in any capacity, no.
Okay.
I mean, does Revenge
So-
count?
No, I've never in any capacity played Metal Gear Solid 1, and I have yet to acquire Twin Snakes. Next time I go to
Okay.
a con, I plan on get. Next time I go to a con that has that game, I plan on getting it.
Yeah, I keep trying to find a copy to pick up, but the thing is, they're absurdly expensive.
Go to
They
a
are.
go to a convention, and
Oh,
they'll
I've-
have it. They have it at decent prices.
I have been to conventions. They don't have it at all.
I've
Although I
been to
did-
conventions and they had it.
No, you can find it online
Yeah, you-
anywhere, but if you find it out
Okay,
in the
Kevin?
wild, that's even harder.
Kevin,
What?
you live at or around a place that has things. We have nothing
Actually,
here.
I've gone to Florida before.
Okay, Florida
Or-
has things like the stuff that we have, driving distance from me, it's fucking nuts, dude. And
Fuck you,
like, but I did actually pick up about half my James Bond DVDs at one of the conventions, so that was cool. Those are really nice. The
You know,
weird thing is
and
the
I
first
posted
edition
tonight,
discs
too.
actually kind of look a little bit better than the remastered discs.
You know, one of these days, Alex, if we ever meet up for or anything, and we just gotta like
Granted, I did miss the most recent convention, so they might have had that on the dealer's floor, but I have
I'm thinking
no
about
earthly clue.
I'm thinking about going to one of the cons in Orlando. Oh, and and that con has Richard Epcar are going.
Oh, nice.
I'm pondering getting
My Otis on.
yes. I'm pondering getting a bunch of Bleach manga with his characters on. What is that noise?
Oh, that's just my fan. Hold up.
Okay, that makes
Okay.
sense. I was a little concerned. I'm like,
If-
Chainsaw Man.
yeah, Chainsaw Man had come to an end. I wish either RGS or Seamus were available for these streams so that they could talk about that with us. That's because I have not seen a single episode of
Yeah.
Chainsaw Man.
It looks badass. That's on my
Oh, it
list.
does. From the clips I've
Looks
seen
great.
of it, yeah, Mappa does a great job with that. Still can't salvage
This
Attack on
sounds
Titan.
unbelievable.
Nothing, no animation studio is going to be able to salvage Attack on Titan. Not after that ending. Oh boy. The ending where
Supply
Aaron.
grab the missile tank.
So
the
wait, let me
ending where
guess.
device
The greatest enemy is
or-
man.
Exit the
No.
room to the left.
Like I said, Aaron in the
Familiar.
like Aaron by the end of the manga is just like I don't want Mikasa to love anybody else except for me.
I don't want anybody else.
That's simp energy.
Yeah, he's literally an incel.
No, incels hate women. Simps love women too much.
Okay.
No. Here's
That's
the thing. Here's
When
the
I
thing.
think
Aaron-
about penguins, I touch myself.
No. Oh, Gizmo. Here's the thing.
Oh.
Aaron acts like he hates Mikasa with all of his being, but then he turns out he wants her.
Bomb
So
the
he's a
block in the
tsundere.
floor and ride the tunnel down, but
He's basically a tsundere, basically.
ride the tunnel
Essentially,
down.
yes.
God damn it.
She's a dumbass.
Well, yeah, that's kind of a given, and yet he's supposed to be one of the
The next
smarter.
tunnel is filled with floating enemies, a zip line, and a row of platforms
Ah,
blocking the
fuck.
zip line's path.
God, I
Okay.
hate this energy tank.
Really,
Last
but
Free
energy
blocks,
tank.
hop into
The
zip-
last energy tank
zip
I need
line
to
the missile
get.
tank. Exit the room to the left.
Which Metal Gear
Okay.
game are you thinking of having a
MGS.
Twin
MGS1.
Yeah, the
Snakes or original?
Original.
Okay.
I'd only be able to play Twin Snakes because I can't run PS1 games on my laptop.
The original is on GOG.com.
It's still on there, actually. I don't know if I'm able to run the emulator. I have the emulator for the original. I just don't know if I'm able to.
Yeah, I gotta see if I could run that on there.
It should. It's a game from like 1990 something.
No,
so
Alex,
it's
let's
not
put it
that
this way. I went to a website to try to run the spoof of Sonic 3 and Knuckles, which is Knuckles, Knuckles, and Knuckles.
huh.
Ugh.
Ah, fucking hell.
Exit the room to the left. Bomb the block on the floor and ride the tunnel down. Go right and use the platform to traverse the overhead tunnel.
Well, I only say
Go
that
through the
because
upper room to the right. What?
I only
What
say that
map
because
what map is GameSpot using for this? Because, okay, I'm gonna bomb everything down here.
You sometimes have to do that. As a first timer in Metroid. Like, usually
Bomb.
the...
Bomb,
Yeah,
bomb,
just-
bomb, 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 bomb. Bomb, 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 bomb.
Booyah!
Funny thing, I actually have the original Metal Gear Solid here for PS1. The problem is the cables I have for the PS2 will not run PS1 games, or at least the ones I have.
What?
So
What do you?
Okay, so what
what's-
happened is that because I got an HD TV and I fucking hate the look of AV anything on it, unless it's like VCR, because it's not like you can get an HDMI cable.
Alright.
Those fucking things.
Oh my god, 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 oh my god. It's
not here right
Robot Ridley!
Bro Force. So when it comes to Bro Force. So when it comes to certain PS2 games, if it's like a collection of old games, it won't work sometimes. But when it comes to PS1 games, it's the same thing. So if I decide to put in, I don't know, a Silent Bomber, nothing comes up. And they recently tried.
Oh, by the way, interesting thing about the final boss in this game, if you get everything, he's harder.
Huh. Gizmo, what were you saying?
Yeah, what I was literally trying to say was because of the Kaiko cable I have, there are certain PS2 games I'm unable to play, and certain PS1 games I just straight up cannot play.
That try to. So you might want to go into your or using a slim or regular PS2.
Slim.
Okay, that might be an issue. But go into the settings and okay. Bomb the block on the floor and ride the tunnel down.
Kaiko said that they acknowledge this problem and they're trying to fix it, but the problem is, even if they did fix it, I don't got the cash to buy it right now.
Yeah.
Now with Dreamcast, there's the same problem because a recent game I bought for that thing was Soul Fighter, I think, and that was like what, a year ago. That wouldn't work because the kind of cable I had.
Huh. That's weird because
yeah,
I have
Kaiko acknowledges the problem. They're trying to upgrade the cables so that thing wouldn't happen again.
Yeah, I have Hyperkin cables and they seem to work perfectly fine.
I'm not a fan of the Hyperkin cables, man. When I tried using that for Dreamcast, it literally moved the entire screen to the side.
What cables?
See, I didn't have that issue when I tried it.
What
Come
cables?
on, Robot Ridley.
Hyperkin cables.
Are you at Robo Ridley already?
Yep. I've
Also,
been at this
check
point
out-
for a while now.
Did you collect
Also,
everything?
check out what else I picked up.
I hopefully did. If not, then I'm just gonna be sad.
Nine.
Yeah,
I'm
processor.
the
99% likely. My least favorite number, or when it comes to trying to complete these games. Come on,
Alex,
you,
check it
come
out.
on, you robotic
Use the
bastard.
platform to traverse. I'm trying to read
Oh
this.
yeah!
I'm trying to read these walkthroughs, and it's either I'm completely incompetent.
Cyborg.
Sorry, I'm trying to read these walkthroughs. Oh, that's a nice CPU there.
Oh,
I'm trying to
I
read
got
the
to the self-destruct sequence.
yeah.
Oh,
Either
shit
I'm
up. Oh shit up. Oh shit up. Oh shit up.
Either
Go.
I'm completely incompetent and incapable of reading these instructions, or these instructions are the most poorly written things in the world. Hold on. Grade rises from below. You know what would be great, guys, is if you'd show me the damn map. Okay. Damn it. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's see if this helps at all. No, okay, so this is the one where I need the speed dashy thingy for. Okay, I'm looping, but I think I'm making some progress. So yeah, yeah. Mario Brothers, the movie. Yeah, that thing, the thing I was talking about with that is that's an example of, like, a bunch of people had an opportunity to say no, didn't say no, and it wound up not paying off for them in any major capacity. And I'm trying to not repeat myself here. I was talking about how they put in, like, certain amounts of effort, but they didn't in others. So the animated Mario movie, he doesn't do that. The animated Mario movie puts in lots of effort everywhere, and it pays off. Like, there's no effort that I can see that was wasted anywhere. Unlike, like, you know, Super Mario Brothers, the movie. Okay. I'm trying to figure out what is... Oh, that... I'm sorry, I was connected to Discord on my laptop for some reason. I was trying to read the chat, and, because I got an @ and it wouldn't pop up on here, so I went over to
Yoshio
my laptop,
Sakamoto.
and it just... I wound up in that chat, and my laptop doesn't have a microphone hooked up to it, so that was my bad. You guys haven't been hearing me speak for a while now.
Yeah, you did cut off for a little bit, and I was like...
Oh, yeah. So, the Super Mario Brothers movie versus Super Mario Brothers the movie. There's not a lot of wasted effort on screen. And, like, you don't have them wasting money on stuff that doesn't get shown off, although they did waste a bunch of money on licensed songs that didn't need to be there.
I didn't mind
Why was Take On Me there?
Yeah, Take On Me should not have been there.
Take On Me was
Thunderstruck
also
by
in
AC/DC also should not have been there.
Take On Me was also
instrumentals
in
were
the
actually
Teen
great.
Titans Go to the Movies, but that was when they were trying to travel back in time to retcon on every
I mean, see,
superhero's
that kind
origin
of made
story.
sense. It's like,
Why
you know,
didn't they use something like, there's all kinds of things they could have done on that they...
just kind of the point, since the instrumentals
Oh,
are
by the
actually
way,
pretty
Alex,
great.
do you remember what I told you when the Titans needed the heroes back because they didn't want to stop all the crime?
Yeah.
They pushed Batman. They pushed Bruce's parents back into Crime Alley.
Yeah, I saw that.
What the hell? That
movie
was
probably
so
my
in-
only good part about Teen
That was
Titans Go.
insane. And then they're like, and then they
And
eventually were like,
Robin's got like a Robin just gives Bruce this grin, and it was like, oh,
And there's the Stan Lee cameo in that.
you are cruel, Dick. You are a cruel
I don't
Dick.
so what if it's DC? I love making cameos. Not now, Stan Lee.
Okay, so that movie's probably the only thing I can say is good about Teen Titans Go.
What about Teen Titans versus Teen Titans Go? That was actually pretty good as well.
Haven't seen it.
I heard
Well,
it
here's
was trash.
It was that. Never mentioned.
It was better than Teen
Young
Titans
Justice.
Go versus Superhero Girls.
That one
So
didn't
literally-
make sense to me.
Apparently, it's like it wasn't technically a crossover. They just put Teen Titans Go there just to get the people watching
Clear
it.
time, 3 hours, 25 minutes, 37 seconds. Your rate for collecting items.
And ah!
I
Cut
missed
off-
one.
Perfectly cut off
Okay,
screen.
why? Okay, I
The
heard
fuck?
Kevin rage. What
I'm
happened?
Yeah.
Perfectly cut off scream.
I am salty.
You're
Yes,
fucking
you are.
kidding me.
Salty.
I bombed that wall. I jumped up and down in front of it. I
Oh.
You're even
How?
saltier than the burger I ate just now.
Knew it.
Rick.
Well,
I
anyway.
You're even
okay.
saltier than
Well,
Wendy's
anyway.
fries.
Well, anyway, seeing as I'm finished with Zero Mission, I am going to run upstairs to grab my Switch and bring it back down. So I will be right back.
Fuck this.
Okay, there's no special room there that I can see, but there's a thing down.
Today I ate the thing that killed Goku.
A baconator.
Yeah, the thing that killed Goku gave him the
Yo,
heart virus.
I'm fucking stuck. I can't move anywhere out of this area.
Died of heart failure. Too much bacon. Bacon.
Oh, I guess you guys already talked about the new Mario movie. I guess mind if I get my thoughts across it?
You know, if it was Kevin eating the Baconator instead, he would be Kevin
Hey.
Bacon.
Ha ha ha.
Huh?
In the
Huh?
corner.
It's not funny.
Sit in the corner.
And must die.
Oh, fuck this game.
Like I said, this is why I can't get into Metroid.
But yeah,
Try Fusion. Fusion got like stuck.
the
at,
weird-
like,
the
what,
weird-
third.
the weirdest thing is,
then
like
just
the
give
Dungeons
up.
and Dragons movie. The movie is like, the movie is not what the dumbass culture war people were trying to say about it. Like,
We're still talking
like-
about Mario, right?
like
no, but
Peach.
they were worried about it.
No. I'm not talking about like the anti-social justice side. I'm talking about the social justice warriors. The SJWs were all yammering about how it's going to be some big empowerment thing, and then all of a sudden it's just a normal ass movie. And that, like, people forget that the anti-social justice side is not like, we don't just go off half-cocked about this shit unless you're certain people. Like people
I
were
just beat in my
people were
basement.
genuinely concerned about this because of how it was being reported on, and like,
SJW.
strangely enough, like it was just a normal ass film. Like, despite the garbage people were proclaiming about it, it was just like, and this was people who were in support of the film were claiming this, and then it comes out that it's just a normal ass movie.
Normal as Illumination movie. That's what my opinion is, because I say it right now. While I do consider it basically mid, it is still.
It's
one
the
of
best movie
best-
Illumination has ever made. Let's
And
be fair.
that's
Yeah.
a fact. That's
That's
a
not
fact.
that hard. Since
Like, it's got
the only
it's got
competition is, like,
shitloads of effort going into it. And like, there is so much going on on that could not that would not have been done in like their run-of-the-mill bullshit
like Despicable
movies.
Me, or
Is like, you know what? This is like better than Despicable Me 1 in that regard.
yeah, because one thing a common fear I did have about this movie was like how they would handle the toads in a way. I thought they like probably like shove like the toads or like because thought they were gonna be like, oh, these guys are gonna be the minions of these movies.
No, I
every
wasn't worried
Illumination
about the toads, considering Shigeru Miyamoto was directly involved in the with the
That was
movie.
before I knew about Nintendo was
Okay.
like going to like keep
So
an
I
eye
can't
on
do
that-
anything down
that
here.
sort
I'm
of
just gonna
thing.
wait until I die.
Like I did have some like worries about that.
Oh fuck this
Currently,
game.
I
I'm
could say like the
late.
movie was it was fine.
The fuck?
I'm
As
gonna live till I die.
As for a Mario fan, it's fine, but like thinking like for like a non-Mario fan, I can see why it would be.
Okay, so directly
why
on the
it's
map
slightly worse.
room.
I
There's a
mean,
secret passage.
I guess compared to another video game movie, I guess the Sonic movie, the first one, not the second one. Like, I mean, I could yeah, sure, it's different than like it like they
Sonic-
changed,
the Sonic movie-
like,
The Sonic movie is a great example of like how it almost turned out like the Mario movie. I mean, like if they'd have kept ugly Sonic, it would have been like Mario the movie levels of
And
Super Mario
I'm
Brothers
back.
movie levels of
Yeah.
dog shit.
By the way,
like, I mean, both movies have like something.
by the way, hey, so Alex and
See,
I have opted
directly
to-
under the map room.
I have opted to start something a bit fresh. So
Fucking Christ.
yes, I'm doing a Metroid Prime 1
Get me outta
remastered.
here.
Oh boy,
I literally have nowhere to go. Fuck.
everything's the
I
goddamn
may
same on
be
this
about to
goddamn
solve this
planet.
for us. I will be able to tell you where to go.
No, I mean I literally cannot get out of here.
Oh,
I'm going to reset the game if
I'm-
that's...
Fuck that.
yeah,
It's like
I guess
resets your
Alright.
last
That-
save.
I'm not gonna. Dude, the last save was in the last save was in the safe. Up the butt.
I'll leave
The save point that I saved at is in the same area.
Why are you doing your impression of Lizard Guy?
Eh.
Because that's
Yeah, I
what Asa did. He was like, la 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 la, huggies, huggies, la 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 la, huggies.
Yeah, I guess.
No, lizard guy will be asking for a lizard.
You're
Lizard guy.
fucking kidding me.
Lizard guy will be begging for fur girls to be fatter.
I'm not happy, Bob. Not happy.
Not
Oh,
one
dude, my Steam account was almost.
unidentified distress beacon has been tracked back to a derelict space vessel in orbit above Talon 4.
My Steam account was almost, taken away from me completely.
Ouch.
How?
So,
oh, by the
apparently-
way,
so what happened was there was this guy that contacted me out of nowhere on Discord saying, "Hey,
Oh,
is this
yeah,
you?"
that shit.
Yeah." And the thing is, though, I never.
but a flash
So when he talked me
from-
through it, it was convincing, considering I've never once been reported on, and I never
Yeah,
had to
no.
deal with shit like that.
Yeah, that's,
And then he was like, he gives me screenshots like, "Oh, talk to Steam support
I've-
through Discord." I'm like,
yeah,
I'm
no.
like,
Oh, yeah, that... I've had about 50 or 60 of those guys that just try to contact me like that, and I've started just sending them, I'm like, fuck off, as a message.
You should have just
Give
sent
me
them gay porn.
Oh god,
I'm-
spam
The
team.
Do I
Belmont
look like...
clan,
Do I look like Sargon of Akkad?
Yes.
the
I don't know, I've
Belmont
never seen
clan
you.
will hunt the night.
No, you look like Weird Al Yankovic.
Unknown
no
item,
comment
number
on
2.
this.
I'll just
Awesome.
Oh, so you got the space jump?
I'll just ask Dankula a picture of his nuts, and I'll send it to whoever tries to scam me out of my Steam account next time.
Cool.
Oh, you know
Oh,
what?
by the way,
Thank
I'll
fucking
just
God.
have a video file of Two Girls, One Cup. I'll label it with as screenshots, and I'll just mail it to whoever asks, hey, is this Steam account yours?
Yeah,
Hmm.
I keep getting shit like that, and
Hey, is this
I've
Steam account
I've started saying, you know, like, yeah, I've danced this rodeo before, motherfucker. Or go fuck yourself, you know.
It wasn't until she started asking for my phone number and my my purchase history that I was like, yeah, no.
This is
Yeah, that was the first time.
awesome.
That's
Cap,
yeah,
links
that's
part of Steam, Cap. Zero
Oh,
days.
oh, guys, it's even better the pointer or controls. Oh, now. So now,
where are you stuck at?
I'm in this green area, and to the left of me is the save point, which I.
Okay. Hey, so let me see
And to
here.
the right of me
Let me pull
is
up my map.
the Chozo statue, with a block I cannot goddamn destroy.
Okay.
yeah.
So you got a
you
bomb.
can't destroy that
You gotta.
until you get the You can't destroy that until you get the.
Yeah. So you got to go up in the roof and use the secret roof panel to get through there.
Well,
First
can't
up.
go anywhere. Can't go anywhere now.
What do you mean?
The only way out of here is blocked by that same block.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No,
Right there.
it's not. I literally just got out of there. So what you want to do is you got to look for a thing in the ceiling that you can bust up, and
Yep.
that'll lead you where you need to go. Oh,
What do I
cause
use?
huh?
What do I use?
You use your. Okay. Hey, so there's a thing over to the right that'll let you get where you need to go. So look for a thing that you can shoot with your regular blaster or your
It was right
missiles
there.
and use. Yep. I was
I'm done.
in that spot for a while too.
Let me. I'm
Hey,
gonna rage for a bit. I'm gonna rage for a bit.
Hey guys, I got a question. How did we feel the moment Prime Remastered was announced?
Why isn't Prime Form released? Where's
I'm
Prime
not a
4? Damn it.
necessary form of evil.
We'll get there eventually. It's still in development.
That's what they said last 4 years, damn it.
Hey, look, we're gonna get Primes 1 through 3 remastered. And I already love how this game looks!
Yeah.
I don't play
How
much
is
with
that a
even-
cap when it's true? Look on my stream, Gizmo!
I'm not gonna sing praise about the game until I hear that they brought back the multiplayer.
There's that hammy rage
Wait till
again.
Wait till Prime 2 Remastered comes out, Gizmo. Wait
From
till
what I
then.
heard, the Wii trilogy of the Metroid Prime remaster they took away the multiplayer.
No, they didn't.
Okay, then why
Multiplayer?
don't they advertise it on the box?
It's in the Prime 2.
Well, why don't they
Besides-
advertise it on the box? That's what I'm saying. They're making other people think that there is
Well,
no
ju-
multiplayer. But it's
Well,
like,
multi-
it's like advertising Halo,
Local-
and then at the bucket box it just says, "Oh, this is a great game.
Oh yes,
Great
I can
shooting,
morph
great
all
levels,
bounds, baby.
great weapons." But then they say nothing about the multiplayer. It's like, wait, where's the multiplayer? Where is the multiplayer? Don't you?
Well,
Uh,
just look
I
at the
mean-
menu.
Yeah, look at the
Just
menu.
look at the menu of the game.
Yeah, but how are you?
Game.
But you're gonna have to buy it to know if there's a multiplayer. That's what I'm saying.
It's
Look
only
it up.
$20.
And the
It was only
box
$20
will tell
on the Wii U eShop.
Okay, hey, here's a better example. I'm playing Street Fighter, right? Let's say Street Fighter just came out for the first time. Street Fighter 1, right? Oh, we have Street Fighter 1 for the first time. Ryu, Ken.
Yeah, we have no idea if this
Don't
game
talk
is
about
shit
it.
or not. Spoiler warning, it was.
It is.
Okay, now straight up Street Fighter 2 comes out. They don't say anything about it being a head-to-head combat like the previous. They don't say anything about special moves being easier to pull off. It just says you're fighting again. There's no screenshots. There's nothing in the back indicating that's two-player or not. That's basically the same thing with Metroid Prime
God
Trilogy.
damn it.
Because it says one controller in the back, one Wiimote. That means it's one player.
Yeah, you,
Doesn't
you
he-
do realize that those things are rarely, if ever, actually accurate on the back of the box, right? Because there's a bunch of games and say that they like support shit that they don't, or don't support
Right,
shit
but
that they have.
that's a very rare case though. Like I have an Xbox game. I think it was Kingdom Come Deliverance, some shit like that, or
Yeah,
supposed to be
that
an
was a
RTS
weird
game.
game.
In the back of the box, it says that it supports custom soundtracks, and I thought, oh, okay. I thought, okay, it's gonna be funny if I play some Persona 4 music, like I don't know, Juness theme song, while I'm charging in battle with my knights against a demon horde or whatever the fuck. Then I look in the manual; it doesn't say anything of the sort. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess they forgot to write in the manual. I put the game in, nothing about custom soundtracks are in any of the menus. That's a very rare case. And I say it's a very rare case because one other game that I can think of that had the same problem was what? Morrowind, I think, and Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
San Andreas had custom soundtracks.
No, not the custom soundtrack. I'm talking about I'm talking about the labels being incorrect.
Oh yeah.
Like there was a time when Grand Theft Auto had like an E
You could
rating.
have just, dude, you could have just looked online and seen, if it had the multiplayer, or like.
I mean,
That's
I
not.
understand what you're
That's
saying,
not
but we live
difficult.
in a day and age where Google exists now.
Back then I didn't have my own computer, man. The Metroid Prime trilogy was on the Wii.
Yeah, and you could have just looked on the menu of the game. You could, if you had the game, you could have booted up the menu. Oh, you could have seen the multiplayer, and there you go.
I didn't have my
And
own
by
computer.
the way,
man. So if I were to look up,
Gizmo, if you were to look up the multiplayer, it would be in. And trust
Okay.
me, Gizmo, I have the game. I have the friggin' Steelbook version of it.
I think it only had a steelbook version.
No, it has a regular version.
I think that was only GameStop reprints.
Weird.
That stock you're supposed to be buying right now.
Again?
GME, yeah.
wait, they're doing the GameStop
Once was a ship
stock
that
thing again?
to see the name of the stock was GME.
Not yet.
Bryce went down, but the shorts went down. Hold my unbelievable soul.
And by the way, Gizmo.
Weathermen come to bring the sugar and
Oh,
tea.
I'm not
and
even
fun.
sure. I'm not even sure how they would be able to incorporate
Bitcoin is about to hit
there are
30K,
multiple
boys.
control methods that are available to you in the Prime Remastered.
Hey.
Like you could do it like a traditional first-person shooter. You could do it like in the original GameCube version, or you could do it how I'm doing it right now and do it with the pointer controls.
Alex, Bitcoin
Which,
is
by the
about
way,
to
pointer
hit
control.
30K.
Which, by the way, free aim, best way to play the game.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
imagine.
And I play Ultra Kill, and yeah, free.
I could only imagine.
There's a few
my
moments
space
where
My Space Invader has arrived.
Metroid just one of the few franchises I just wished.
Mine was
would just
here
go
earlier.
PC already.
Eh,
And I know it's never gonna happen, but still, man can
that's
dream.
optimism talking.
Gizmo,
Man
you got a lot of
can
porn on your
So this is
Twitter.
the Parasite Queen, and
And
Hey,
the
that's
thing with
Metroid
Metroid
Stage.
Prime. Yeah, she's not gonna alter gravity on us.
Aww.
Oh, she's piss easy when you know to aim for the mouth.
Wait, does this wait?
As
Metroid
you
Prime
always
is a Metroid
should.
game where Samus
Haha.
loses her powers by hitting a wall.
Yes, sadly. Oh, I hate
Oh.
that so much.
Oh, yeah, that man. At this point, it's just quick question for anyone who has played Metroid: what is the stupidest way Samus has lost her powers exactly?
There is
aside
only
from
one
that-
answer to that. It's called Metroid Other M.
Ooh,
you
yeah.
can't use that. You can't
Okay,
use
And the
that.
Parasite
works.
Queen is down.
You don't have orders to
So to
use
explain the
that.
boss mechanics of that one, the Parasite Queen hides behind a barrier with a few points where you could like aim to attack her. And she's fairly easy to beat, especially after you scan her and find her weak point.
She's an easy lover. She get a hold of you, believe
Yeah,
it.
but
Hey, it's
Yeah,
that
but here's the
song
thing,
Asa did against Nick Rakita.
She's like no other. Be on your knee.
Alex is probably looking at the meme right now I stole from Gizmo's page.
there are
which
some
one?
scan points that I could use to disable some of the turrets.
Why are you killing this thing again exactly?
Because the space pirates are doing stuff here, and it's my duty to kill all of them.
Ah, right. Vengeance and stuff.
Yeah, you forgot that part about Samus's backstory.
I am vengeance. I am the knight. I am blue.
I must kill the giant space dinosaur.
Unless you read one of her
Yeah.
doujinshi.
Yeah, I always used to play this game a lot on the Wii on the Wii for
People said that the Wii version was too easy because you could use like proper FPS controls on it.
Yeah, well, here's the thing, free aim is-
reason to. I
the
mean, that's
free-
like saying Resident Evil
free aim
4
is
on the
better.
Wii is easier because you got free aim.
I mean,
Free aim is
technically
better.
It is, but you're still
Mm,
being stupid when you say something like that. And of course, improving the controls is gonna make a game easier. I mean, what the fuck do you expect?
well, not
I played
necessarily
Prime.
because,
I
you know,
played all of the Prime. I played Prime 1 and 2 on their original GameCube version, and so, yeah, I could safely say that the Wii version is an improvement.
I mean, yeah, any shooter with free aim is instantly an improvement.
If only in my computer, when it came to the audio input capture, could actually let me listen to the audio of the game, because apparently there's something wrong with my thing, and it just says no. You are to not hear the magnificent soundtrack that is the Metroid Prime trilogy.
yeah, that's Nintendo being douche.
No, that's my computer being a douchebag. And Nintendo's only a douche when it's a copyright claim.
Oh yeah, here's this Pokemon movie, and we'll just put this thing in it, and it's gone.
Oh. It's Meta Ridley, and this time he actually looks closer to his Metroid 2's Samus Returns counterpart.
This takes place in between Super Metroid, was it? Or like...
No, it takes place between Metroid 1 and 2.
Okay, so yeah, alright. So this is like before Samus decided to go all genocide on the Metroids.
Yeah. The Galactic Federation was like, yeah, we've had enough of those goddamn Metroid. Wait, Samus.
Yeah, because nothing bad will ever go wrong with wiping out an entire species.
I mean, if she's a
Gonna disable
solution,
the turret.
Yeah,
She's
but then
Final
always the
solution,
I mean, it's like
if you will.
basically hindsight.
He's always the solution when the Galactic Federation screws up. And here we get the scene. Samus gets smacked into a wall. And just like that, all of her power-ups are gone. Missiles, no. Charge beam, no. Oh. A morph ball, no. Grapple beam, no.
no.
Missiles, no.
There you go.
All that shit is gone. And I'm like, and that explosion might as well have said, and hey, Samus, you ever played Symphony of the Night? She's like,
Your dance with the devil in the pale moonlight.
No, it's actually a joke.
What?
Oh, it's actually a joke from Sanity Not Included, where it's like Alucard is at the Alex aim. You gotta make Krewe
Aim for
open
the
his
eye,
mouth,
yeah.
and then Yeah, aim for the eye to make him open his mouth, and then shoot in the mouth.
Yep.
I'm just kind of making sure, or you who know that, since you seem to be having a hard time with them.
Yep. There we go.
By the way, did you know that there was originally going to be a meta Kraid in Prime 1, but they didn't, but they kind of had to scrap it?
Hello.
Huh.
I mean, I wonder why. I mean, again, I don't know. Consider the technology back then. I mean, you'd have to make Kraid pretty freaking big.
Yeah, and Kraid has survived the events of Metroid 1. And even the events of Super Metroid.
I mean, Dread kind of already proved that.
Oh, by the way, I actually have it set to where, or the narration from the original Japanese version, and plays in this game. Because the initial American version doesn't have the narration, but the Japanese release of this game has narration.
I guess going on like Metroid. Where do you think Metroid's gonna go now after Dread? Because I mean,
who knows?
Hopefully on to great success.
Great success.
I mean, like I guess if what I remember, what at the end of Dread is, Samus basically is now part Metroid now. I mean,
Samus was part Metroid at the end of.
I guess like more Metroid, I guess in a way.
No, she's basically become the most powerful Metroid there is. Now.
Gazing out into the abyss and whatnot.
Okay, so one thing this game as you do, aside from, collecting power-ups and whatnot, is also scanning enemies and various bits of technology in this game, as well as lore.
Oh boy. Let me guess, you're rated on that too.
You have to scan lore,
no.
the character from Star Trek?
No, as in you gotta scan the lore of the world you are traversing.
Count to any completion?
Did you see that Tommy Tallarico said that they made the weapons in Metroid Prime around the sound effects he made? That was bullshit.
Sure.
And another thing is,
I don't know why he thought anybody would believe that.
Because of gaming racist.
Okay, guys, so I need you, since I'm entering an elevator, I need you guys to give Samus's inner thoughts. Go.
God damn it, I lost my goddamn shit again. Is this like free?
Young and lovely the girl from Ipanema goes walking in. When she
okay, now I'm at the Koso Ruins.
I know I've heard that song before.
When she walks, it's Girl from Ipanema by Frank Sinatra.
Yeah, I know.
Okay,
I've heard that. Was it
so-
from Fresh Prince? Did Carlton sing this?
You might have heard it from Evangelion Alternative Saga, as in, because it literally plays in the elevator in Eva Alternative Saga. Because there's a Muzak version of that song plays in every elevator or in the known universe.
Stupid question. Does Evangelion ever get a happy ending for anybody?
The recent movie, yeah.
3.0 plus 1.0.
We're talking end of Ava, then like that's
End of Ava, no. Nobody gets a happy ending in End of Ava.
Everything's
Everybody,
sad, so everything got fucked up.
Yeah, and everybody aside from Shinji and Asuka died.
Damn, they did not get a break.
And then it kind of resets.
Even Misato?
Yeah, even
Misato got blown in half.
No, she didn't get. No, she didn't get blown in half. She got shot and then she succumbed to her wounds.
No. Oh, you can literally see in the movie. You can see her body. The top half of her body goes in one direction, and the bottom half of her body goes in another. Or when the base explodes.
Oof.
Not white hair, bitch. Or
wait, are you talking about the are you talking about the space shuttle, or are you talking the Are you talking
I'm-
the actual
I'm talking in
Geofront?
EOE. The Geofront in EOE.
Oh, okay. I guess I might have not noticed that part since, you know, I was
I
paying
have
attention to other things.
Yeah, I have seen that
It's like,
movie many,
what
many
the fuck?
times.
Yeah.
I
I'm sure
only, I only
DVD
noticed
and
it
holy
after somebody pointed it out to me. But
Seen that movie on
once you
DVD.
see the fact that that Masato, well, that like part of her body is visible in the ruins, and it's not entirely intact after the base explodes.
Yeah, I
She-
mean, I've seen that movie
well,
on
no.
DVD, and holy shit, that DVD menu, Christ.
That
By
that
the way-
DVD is old. That's a manga entertainment DVD.
I have the I have the really big Blu-ray from Right Stuff Anime that gives me not only that gives me the option to choose the real dub.
Yes. Quite frankly, I have no idea why anybody would willingly listen to the mistake that is Dan Kanemitsu's absolute cancer of a self-aggrandizing bullshit.
Ugh.
Who?
Dan Kanemitsu is the guy who wrote the Ava redub.
Alright, where the hell was I going?
That
He's
was
a
also
fucking-
ADR direct. That was also ADR directed by Carrie Karanen.
Yeah, she's not a very good ADR director, if you couldn't tell. Great actress,
No.
not a great ADR director. I think she
Mike's
doesn't know
Turner
you can
class-
go back and do more takes.
Mike Centurna class is a much better ADR director, and she's worked under him. And you know who did? You know who actually is also a good admittedly a good script writer? Stephanie Shea.
Ah,
She worked on the script for Berserk: The Golden Age arc.
You mean Serena?
Usagi Tsukino.
Yeah.
Serena. It's always
Hey,
been
what with
Serena.
you, Serena, man? The dick dub for life.
No.
Yeah, for real.
I
I throw
I
you.
refuse.
I throw you. Like
I'm
a
sorry,
football.
So anyways,
Yeah.
I got you. But yeah, Dan Kanemitsu wrote the scripts for the the Amazon redubs for 1.11 through 3.33, and the redub for Evangelion, Death and Rebirth, and AOE. As you can probably tell by the fact that those are some of the worst dubs that have been produced in the English-speaking world, you might be able to realize that he is not a very good script writer, and
I'm
he
gonna switch to my phone so I can install my processor. Never mind, I got a phone call. Be right back.
and he's apparently a bitch to work with, from the people I've heard. But you know, you don't have to take my word for it. His work speaks for itself.
God damn it. Shit. Off the damn tower.
I'm only like 1 pixel away.
That
Gotcha,
way,
bro.
kick your nose. I'm playing
Okay,
Sonic
I'm-
Frontiers.
Ooh, goody.
Yeah, I'm at the 4th island. Right now I'm climbing the towers.
So I'm guessing
Yeah, I already killed
There
all
we
the
go.
Titans except for the one.
Supreme.
Yeah.
So I'm
doing
guessing
the
you're
second
going for the
playthrough.
true.
Yeah, I'm going
You're going
for the
for
true
the-
There you
ending.
go.
All right, so now I've regained my missile launcher. So guess what, Gizmo? I have a rocket launcher.
Rocket launcher.
God, I miss Metal Slug.
They need to come back.
No.
The anthology is available.
You
Yeah,
think that
no.
fixes
I mean,
everything?
I'll even take them cameo and KOF. I mean, that cameo and KOF is not enough for me.
They need to have a proper port of Metal Gear Solid. Metal Slug 7, 6, and 5.
Or the ones for the DS.
Metal Slug 7 is really underrated.
Yes, it is.
Enough.
Also,
the,
maybe like get like a full. Also, maybe like add in like the all the cut bosses from was it Metal Slug?
Kraid, I'm not gonna
6?
look. This might not
Again,
be in my
which one
best
that had the
interest,
cut
but I'm gonna
bosses?
help you out here. Stop throwing your fucking arms at me.
You mean his nails?
No, I
Eh.
mean in like the lower. What the fuck was that?
There's only a temporary relief from destroying a war wasp nest in this game. Only a temporary because they rebuild fairly
Damn.
quickly.
So, God
I hate.
damn it.
I fucking
Walk the
hate
damn tower.
war wasp.
Okay, how do I use the speed boost?
You just
you
use
run
it.
in a straight line.
I go fast.
You got to run in a straight line without any interruptions, Gizmo. That's how you use it. It isn't like in Super Metroid where there's a run button and you got to hold that down.
Okay.
And to use the Shine Spark, you gotta press down to stop you to kill your forward momentum. And you gotta press A and quickly pick the direction you want to move in. Any questions?
I got it.
Or does that explain everything? And by the way, Gizmo, in terms of pickups, Metroid Zero Mission loves the Shine Spark.
God damn it.
Oh.
Like, loves it to pieces. If you've seen
And
my
I'm dead.
footage. Died again to Kraid?
Yeah.
Well,
At
at least
least I'm
Gizmo
here.
made it. And at least Gizmo was able to escape Kraid. Which, by the way, your next stop, Gizmo, is Norfair, but since you're going in sequential order, or you're going to need to find the high jump boots, then receive the objective to go back to Brinstar to get the various suit. Any questions?
Nope.
All right. I just wanted to make sure you knew what you were supposed to do. Oh, and the thing is you got to use the speed boost to get down to where the high jump boots are if you're doing it in the order that you are doing it in. Because if you did it the way I did it, then you would have had the high jump boots and various suit before fighting Kraid.
I still beat him.
So while Warner Brothers is celebrating their 100th anniversary, they're quietly destroying decades worth of film history.
Which is dumb.
Oh.
Yeah.
They're dumb
Literally
ass.
70 plus years worth of press kits, posters, etc. Are just being thrown away.
Yeah. Carelessly, mind you.
Yeah, like, this is stuff that could fetch a fucking mint at auction.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, you could literally
I
auction all this shit, and you would be able to make up most of that money you lost with freaking Shazam.
Like, people complained when
And they will likely need.
Universal destroyed the Phantom of the Opera set. Like,
What?
I'm not talking about not
What?
the one with Gerard Butler. I'm talking about like the 1920s Phantom of the Opera movie.
The original?
That's,
Yeah,
well, that's
they
stupid.
they destroyed the Phantom of the Opera set to make way for more for Universal Studios rides.
Well, they did. Well, fucking Christ. Well, they do
Oh,
replace it
that's
with the Minions rides.
This was before Minions, so not even
Ugh.
that.
Stand by what I asked. Because you know they
They might
must
have
have.
replaced. They might have replaced whatever it was with Minions rides now, but
Well,
Replaced it with something nobody was asking for.
yeah. Well, this.
at any rate,
like,
hey,
yeah,
I
this is
killed
a
the plated beetle, which is a mini boss in this
you know,
area.
this is 70 plus years of classic film history. I mean, people would have bought all of this shit from Mint, and maybe Warner Brothers could have paid off their damn all that debt they're in.
They could have had an auction of some sort. You know that.
Just drop it off at a fucking auction house, man, and it would have come out a hell of a lot better than this. Just throwing it all away into a dumpster. Hell, you remember when Disney, when Disney canceled Power Rangers, they destroyed everything.
What do you mean?
Like they took a wood chipper. They took a wood chipper, and almost every piece of almost every prop for the previous 16, 17 years, for like the previous 20 years, got thrown into a wood chipper. We're talking civilian costumes, helmets, monster costumes, all kinds of shit. And morphers got thrown in that fucking...
The fuck?
In that fucking wood chipper. And the cast of Power Rangers RPM actually stole a bunch of shit. Because they knew that they found out that this was gonna happen, and they were like, okay, hey, we're gonna steal this shit. Like, usually this stuff goes up for auction, like when Lionsgate decided they weren't gonna reuse any of the props from their 2017 Power Rangers film. All of that went up on a prop auction website, right, and it sold for a tidy sum. Like, it wasn't like lots of it, and it was individual items, but the individual items sold for quite a bit. They didn't destroy the suits, they sold them to private collectors, which incidentally is why we have a bunch of information about the Super Mario Brothers props, because the Super Mario Brothers the movie props were either sold at auction or the prop master made off with them, and because they, surprise, nobody wanted the props from that film after it was done. And so those sold for quite a bit. So, like, you can sell some of Harley Quinn's bats and costumes went up for sale when at some point. And
I can never understand.
The Studio Squad, Suicide Squad.
I get it if they wanted to say throw away, let's say, random pieces of debris that nobody's gonna really differentiate.
Yeah. So not everything is important enough to seriously say, okay, hey, yeah, we'll keep this, but this is like production photos and press kits.
Right,
and promotional images,
costume pieces, makeup. Like, some of this stuff is not just pictures. Some of this stuff is legitimate documentation of the movie being made.
Damn.
Yeah, and they're just throwing it all away like they're Shadow the Hedgehog.
This is the equivalent of Capcom just throwing out their computers, like, yeah, we're not gonna make no more Street Fighter.
Oh god, you know what?
Yeah, the hell with Mega Man.
No, it's the equivalent of Universal burning a bunch of negatives in a so BBC burned a bunch of Beatles master tapes. Universal burned a bunch of Elvis master tapes. Priceless. Absolutely priceless materials that were just lost in a warehouse fire.
I know Elvis stuff is oversaturated, that's why nobody buys his shit, but I know there are going to be people who would pay a pretty penny for that.
Well, this is also like stuff that should be well kept, you know.
Oh, I didn't notice there was a neat little detail on the Reaper vines. They have these weird eyes on the bulbs they have.
I'm probably gonna stop in about 15 minutes, but like they're not letting anybody take any of this stuff back. Like,
you're throwing it away. Why
thing.
would you not let anybody take at least one?
I'd make it mandatory. You want a fucking bonus? Here, take 50 posters. That's your bonus. You'll be able to sell that for more or then we'll be able to pay you. You know, that kind of thing.
I mean, all
Like-
that money wasted.
Like,
By
this
the
is
way,
stuff, this is stuff that like casual collectors, whereas even if you sold it for $5, you'd be getting more money out of it than you would be by trying to by throwing it in a literal dumpster or not letting anybody get to it. Like it's not exactly cultural murder, but it's
Kinda is.
well,
Yeah,
you know what?
I mean,
This is at least just press kits and stuff like that and posters. It's not as bad as like the BBC nuking a bunch of like priceless like the master tapes for like Doctor Who. You know?
You're talking about that's just as bad, man. I mean, like, look, I get that.
Look,
posters
we at
are
least these posters at least exist in other forms, but these
Right,
are
it's like
also
the
original posters too. And the press kits and posters may, you know, all of this information exists technically in other capacities, but still.
Yeah, but it's not going to be as sought. It's not going to be as sought after and taken care of, though. It was what I'm. Is what I'm saying. Look. It's
Well,
like
yeah, this is like mint condition in materials.
It's like
too.
it's looking for the number one fantasy, amazing fantasy, or the number one Detective Comics. You know, this is for movies, though. It's just as valuable, if not more.
At least it's not film negatives. Like, they're not throwing out film negatives,
That's
as far
just
as
the
I'm
word,
aware.
though, because
But
like movies had, like, most of the movies back then have either been ruined, damaged, or just straight up destroyed. So if you're
like some of the promotional material is the only way that you see some of the things that were meant to be.
right,
Like, oh yeah, there's a movie from there's a movie called Arcade that was made by Full Moon Pictures back in the day, and Disney sued them and made them change all the visual effects because they said it was too close to Tron. And the film was finished, but they had to delay it and like send it all back to redo a bunch of effects, and a bunch of scenes got cut out of the film because they just didn't have time to finish it. And the only way that film exists on in its original format is a random guy found a VHS screener that was sent out to video stores and movie theaters and whatnot, and he digitized it and uploaded it to the Internet Archive. So for people who think that oh, this stuff can't possibly be, like, press kits can't possibly have any valuable information in it, and like press and like publicity materials tend to have like stuff you would never expect to find in them. So, oh yeah, I would not, if I was in David Zaslav's shoes at this point, right, there's a lot of decisions he's made, just even outside of the entertainment sphere, or you know, in the business sphere, or that seem incredibly stupid, and like it's fucking. There is somebody who will buy these posters, even if it's just like a museum. And somebody is gonna buy that. They will digitize it. They will make all kinds of stuff off of it. And you will make a tidy profit as well, buddy.
That's another
So
thing I'm wondering. Why don't these guys just make a museum?
Oh yeah,
Like
to quote Indiana Jones, it belongs in a museum. And this
Belongs
stuff
in-
definitely belongs in a museum. I'm like, WWE has been collecting wrestling memorabilia since they started the WWE Hall of Fame, for the sake of creating a museum.
Right, and then a lot of that stuff, I doubt anybody's
Like-
gonna and recreate too, like the fist. You remember that big ass fist they had
Yeah,
for a while?
Yeah, the fist. The fist actually got lost one time. I remember that, and they had a massive delay over it.
How do you lose a fist that's the size of the Titanic? That thing's fucking huge.
It was the truck was delayed. Like they had to use part of the that was the SmackDown fist, right?
Yeah.
No, wait, Alex, I know how
Yeah, they had to
it
use
got
part
lost.
of the Raw set that night.
Alex, I know how it got lost. Brick and his goons decided I'd just take that stuff in broad daylight.
Danny.
Come on, it was the one good episode of season 3.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, season 3 of Young Justice is, while it had
Is he dead?
some neat,
I think he's
decent
dead.
ideas.
That's called damning with faint praise. It had some good ideas.
Yeah.
But was he whelmed?
Please never repeat
Please
that
stop.
phrase ever again.
Ooh.
Ugh.
Young Justice Dick Grayson is cringe.
Sorry, Justin McCartney, you do a great job, but no.
Speed booster.
That was
Thank
not-
fucking God I got the speed booster.
You're
By
talking
the
about
way,
that.
Alex,
I thought things were crashed.
please stop.
My murder levels are rising, Gizmo. I just want you to know that.
And we
Every time you
aren't
say
getting to
that
the-
word, a baby dies.
I don't have any jerky with me tonight, so I can't drown my sorrows.
Alex, this is the new processor I'm trying to install.
I can't see anything.
Kevin probably can. Gizmo
I
probably
saw it on the broadcast chat. Okay, so
can. Welcome to the rights.
yeah,
Guardian.
it's like Young Justice season 3 had
Something left
some
below the
decent
statue, okay.
ideas. It's just either they were done better in other material, like
Bada bing,
with
bada boom.
track, or
Rolling around at the
it's just
speed of sound. And places
There's
to
my little
go.
got
piggy.
places
Follow
to
my
go. Gotta
rainbow.
follow my rainbow.
Can't stick around, have to
by the way-
keep moving on. Guess what?
By the way, I'm at the final
By
tower.
the way, because of this,
Only one way to find out.
Everybody say hi to the little piggy.
by the way, Alex, with the speed booster, Samus is considered third.
Say hi to the little piggy, everybody.
Oh, hello. Meow ho.
Yeah.
Meow. Fine.
That's adorable.
Kevin, does your dog usually react? Does your Space Invader usually react when she hears my cat?
No,
Ah,
because she can't hear you.
I can't hear you.
wait, is she?
Okay. So there's a neat little trick here.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna see if I could sequence break, make my way through this.
Oh boy.
If I can't, then I'm just gonna come back here when I have
God, how the hell do I
equipment to do
pass
so.
the fan?
Bada bing, bada boom.
I really do mean it that when I say movie studios should really think about opening museums, though, because, like, how many of you remember the Warner Brothers store?
I've never been there.
I've
It
never
was
been.
literally a store that sold Warner Brothers merch, as well as, you know, merch that was based off of Warner Brothers movies.
You know
What?
what? That sounds like a really good idea. They should. The funny thing
Oh,
is,
come on, I
is they
almost
have
had it.
so many. They have so many ways that they could be making, like legit fucking money, that they don't use, and I don't know why.
I don't know.
And they.
Yeah, you know what? Fine.
One
One of the things, one of the things that bugs me.
later, Gabe.
One of the things that always bugs me is I see companies spending money where they don't need to, and then not spending their money on stuff that they would benefit from. And I don't know why they do stuff like this. And granted, like, Hollywood accounting is fucking awful, but like, come on, guys. Sometimes you're just not making any sense. And maybe the idea isn't to make money. But, you know, I'm a normal human being. And I,
With
send
normal
the shaft.
I'm only
and the left.
human after all. Don't put the blame on me. Alex, this is the part
Okay,
for you.
Sonic, what's your favorite Metroid
I
game?
already got
I
that.
don't have one. But if I don't really have one. Like I said, I don't play Metroid.
You should.
I know. I mean, it's like one. It's on my bucket list. I mean, I'm right now
Before you-
into Monster
before
Hunter
you
right
die.
now.
Before you die, Metroid.
Before
Yeah.
you die, I'll show you the difference between the power of the Tuffles and the primitive power of the Saiyan.
But that's actually
Why are
a good
you
baby.
quoting?
That's a good baby voice.
Baby.
All Saiyans must die.
All right there, Frieza Jr.
We need to build,
maybe-
we need to build a
He was
wall.
like a villain. It's probably one of the few good villains about GT. I will say. Like,
Problem
say what you want-
is
like,
that his
GT
char-
is- Say what you
We'll
want
build a
about
wall
GT,
and we'll make
but
those
like,
filthy monkeys pay for it.
All right there, Frieza Jr.
And do Saiyans
yeah,
be wild
sure, he
in
does
those?
kinda... Man, the concept, yeah, he's pretty threatening. I mean, the man literally took over the entire planet all while Goku was gone, and almost and technically did kill Goku. I mean, yeah, Goku got better afterwards, but he did technically kill him.
I did die. She turned me into a newt. I got better.
And I think Alex had finally seen that movie after all this time.
Like I said,
Let me
GT
tell
is
you,
just
that
one-
was a.
I'm
that was a
gonna
hell-
try and after we do the Adventures of Baron Munchausen and the dojo, I'm gonna try and convince my sensei to let us watch the Monty Python films. At the very least, Holy Grail.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
might
yeah, Holy
question
Grail's
the
a great
fact
one.
that it has some strong language, because
Well,
Yeah.
well, we watched the Goonies last time. The Goonies has a bunch of strong language in it, so. And,
Yeah, like I said,
and you know, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom is on the list, so.
That was before.
Alima, Alima.
You
Yeah.
betrayed the shareholder.
Sorry, every time I hear Temple of Doom, all I can think is Kali.
I mean, it's like probably the most famous thing about that thing, aside from a couple of other lines.
And
Yeah.
Short Round getting smacked in the face.
And
Who's that?
Ki Hoi Kwan is also in the Goonies.
Yeah.
He should have returned in the new. I hope he's gonna be in the new Indiana Jones film.
I think so.
Eh.
If I would have recasted Harrison Ford as a Velociraptor with a Velociraptor.
Alan.
I'm sure some of you have seen in the Twitter or page, but with
Fucking
raptors, right?
Yes.
Yeah, like I said,
Oh
that-
my god, those edits are amazing.
I'll probably give that
And
a
now I am fighting Flagra.
Okay.
Yeah, like I said.
And by
with
the way, and you know the funny thing is, like, with Metroid Prime, they could have easily just, you know, went with a remaster and called it a day. They could have just, like,
Yeah.
they could have just, you know, made it look shinier and whatnot,
The
but
hell?
no.
Shut.
They decided to do
Did
something.
you switch? Did you start a new stream?
Yes.
Like a welcome woman.
Oh, okay.
Just a sec.
That explains
did you
why
not-
it's playing Mario Party on your stream on my end. Well, I gotta go for the night. I will see you guys later. Bye.
I'll stop.
Yeah, what
I'll stop
time is
streaming
it?
after I beat Flagra.
It's only 9:02. Look.
Yeah, I know. I don't know.
Okay, I had to go to the one of these.
Yeah, like I
Had
said,
to.
I guess going on GT. Yeah, I will admit GT
Bye.
is flawed. It is pretty crap, but I